I'm Liz Mugavero, and I'm also Cate Conte, the author of 3 mystery series, the Positively Organic Mysteries, the Cat Cafe Mysteries, and the Full Moon Mysteries. I'm also the host of the Get Writing podcast, where I talk about all things writing, publishing, books, creativity, and much more. I love podcasting. As a former journalist, hosting is my sweet spot. I love asking questions and having conversations with interesting people. And being on podcasts is an awesome way to get the word out about your books. And there are tons of them out there, which means there are never-ending opportunities to widen your audience. But with so many podcasts out there, it's hard to know where to start. So before you start looking for the perfect podcast, you need to get super clear on what you want to accomplish. Promoting your book or yourself is your ultimate goal, but that's a little vague. So you have to figure out, do you want to increase your sales? Do you want to get more people to your website so they'll sign up for your newsletter? Or maybe you're writing a nonfiction book on how to write a book and you want to establish yourself as an expert. So whatever you want to accomplish, just get really clear on that. Then put together a 1-page pitch that you can send over to podcast hosts once you're ready to go. That pitch should have a succinct overview of who you are and what you do, what topics you can cover, some starter questions that the host could ask so they can get a feel for how the interview would go, and then any relevant links to your website, your social, your books, or any other pertinent information you want to share with them. So now that you've got all of that, now you have to find the right places to pitch yourself. So there's a lot of ways you can go about finding podcasts to pitch. Good old-fashioned research is the first way. So find podcasts that you like and ones that fit your goal. Listen to a few episodes to get a feel for the style, the tone, the audience, and then work that into your pitch. Highlight your book, why your book would be a great fit for their show. Personalize your message by mentioning specific episodes or guests that resonated with you and how the interview went, so they'll know that you're actually listening and not just pitching them cold. You can also use professional sites like podmatch.com, where you can get matched with hosts looking for guest speakers. I've personally used that site both as a way to find guests for my podcast, Get Writing, as well as places where I could appear as a speaker as well. So once you're booked, now it's time to prepare. So it is a speaking engagement, so approach it like one. So as I said, take the time to understand the host's interviewing style and the format of the podcast. Make sure you do your research, focus on the angle you want to take with your interview. Maybe your book's a thriller with multiple points of view and you want to talk about how to write in that style, but just spend some time thinking through the points you want to cover so you can work them in. And go to the interview with confidence and enthusiasm. Treat it as a conversation rather than a monologue. It's way more engaging for listeners to have a real conversation and see where those threads take you rather than just showing up with a script. You don't have to stick to a script, and any podcast host that wants you to is not a good one, so you probably don't want to be on that podcast anyway. So you need to listen actively to the host questions and really respond thoughtfully, be open to discussions, and make sure you show your passion for your book and its subject matter. And don't forget to tell stories. Personal anecdotes are really a great way to connect, and people love to hear about the writer's journey. And then finally, once the episode is out, just make sure you're marketing, sharing across your own platforms, social media, your website, your email newsletter, make up some graphics, audiograms, snippets that highlight interesting moments, and share those with your audience. And definitely thank your host and continue building relationships within the podcasting community. But the most important thing is to have fun with it. Podcasting is a great way to have an intimate conversation that others can feel like they're in on. And it's a great way to build connections and get your name out to new people while showing them who you are at the same time. So good luck, and I hope to hear you on my favorite podcast soon.